ready to go and bash some heads in. Hey, welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time, we got a little bit further up the world tree, and this time, I think it's about time that we go and confront Jin. I'm pretty sure that happens right now.
What do you see?
What do I see? I see a bunch of people struggling to stay alive. Same as almost everyone else on Allrest right now.
Zeke, have you ever taken a person's life?
Can't say I have. Never seen the need for it myself.
Oh?
Why does anyone kill others? Because they're in your way, or because you can't bear the sight of them? You kill because you're weak. But I'm not weak, so I don't need to kill anyone. And I don't mean physically, yeah? I mean in here.
I suppose that makes me weak then. But that weakness is why I'm standing here today.
So you hate them, humans?
No. I hate this world.
Chum,
Huh?
do you like this world?
What?
Just give me a straight answer.
Yeah. Sure, there's plenty of room for improvement, but then there's also plenty of stuff that's awesome.
What about us?
Huh?
I think Shalad's about to propose. What?
Fleabag! I mean, how do you feel about us? People.
Whew. I was worried then.
You should be so lucky. Anyway, what's your answer?
Ooh, that's a tough one. People can be fun to be around, but sometimes they're hard to deal with. And then there's mean types, like that Banner.
For sure.
But life's about taking the good with the bad, right? So yeah, I like people. And I like myself, and I'm people.
All right, Big Ed.
I see! Well, that's you all over. I'm relieved.
What?
Well,
Hmm?
suppose a guy who hated himself had the power that you do. If someone like that were to meet the architect, I wouldn't be surprised if they wished for the whole world to disappear.
I do like that it's a very minor thing, but I mean, Rex is, again, he's a bit of an idealist, and I think a lot of the time it's kind of to his detriment, but I don't know, I feel like that scene just kind of works for it, though. You know, it's... I also like the line of, well, I like myself and I'm people. Well, fair enough.
What's up, Jin?
So this is where it ends.
Huh? You say something?
No. I'll stay here. You go fulfill our goal.
What are you saying? We promised we'd go together, didn't we?
We did, once.
You okay?
I'm just waiting.
For the boy.
I was told to wait. I'll be watching. All of you.
Are you sure?
I am.
Hey, you! You wouldn't happen to be Ornelia's former blade, would you?
Ornelia? No, I'm...
From the Territorial Defense Corps! It's you!
What?
Oh, I remember 'em well, even though I was knee-high to a grasshopper back then. With that sword slung across your back, you were so cool. If you hadn't come when you did, our village would have been... Oh, yes! The house you used to live in is still out there on the outskirts.
House. This long war for independence will soon come to an end. It is not only the war that will soon be over. Her life, too, is about to end. And when she meets her end, so too will I. Unsullied by her death, I will merely return to my core to await my eventual reawakening. I will sleep as at the end of any other day. When I awake, will I be the same person as before? If the architect does indeed exist, I wish I could ask him, who am I truly? Whence did I come? Whither am I headed? If I were a praying man, I'd pray this journal finds its way to you. Trusting that it will, I will use these last words to pass down a means of carving the bond between myself and my partner into this flesh. This is how it is done.
My, how terribly desolate. I heard it's been 90 years, but... What is it? Did you remember something?
No. It's nothing.
Really? That's too bad. I would have liked to have learnt about the old you.
I am who I am. I do not change. You came.
Jin.
Are you alone? Where's Malos?
He went ahead.
Well then, what are you doing here?
Waiting for you.
For us? Are you trying to stop us going after Malos?
Perhaps. I want to see for myself. If this world has any will of its own, which one would it choose? You or Malos?
Then, you should let us pass.
That I cannot do.
But why? In your state, you should barely be able to stand. You know, if we fight now, you'll...
You see right through me, Mithra. But I made a promise. I'll do whatever it takes to fulfill his desire.
Even if it means your death.
Gladly.
Jin.
It looks like we won't get past without a fight. Chum?
Seems so. We'll give it all we've got. Come on!
As it should be.
Come at me, boy!
Jin is a phenomenal character. I spent a little bit of time yesterday talking about how Mikhail is definitely the most interesting of the minor horror characters. Well, Jin, I think, is just one of the most interesting antagonists in pretty much any game. He's someone that you can tell he's... Maybe it's weird to say it like this, but he's kind of a villain by default, or villain by circumstance, that's the word I'm looking for. Like, he doesn't really have the villainous vibes to him, and he's a very tragic character. He's a, you know, he's a result of a world that is really cruel to Blades, and he just kind of, you know, he wants to try to make a world where, you know, maybe things are a little bit better, where maybe things are, maybe you can finally make sense of this weird world that just kind of, that doesn't make sense for Blades, that doesn't, like, it seems like it should be such a good existence, but it ends up not being because, you know, sure, Blades are effectively immortal, but is that worth it when it means that you'll forget everything, you know, against your will, and consistently forget everything? Like, that change happens so often, that reset of your memories happens so often. And I was waiting for Nick to go down. But it's a, like, there's a reason why he is the, you know, eventually, you know, for legal reasons, we'll probably have to change up the, you know, the branding that I have, because it is very blatantly just Jin. But yeah, let's. But there's a reason why he is this character for me, why he is someone that I have so much love for. And again, he's one of the big reasons why I love this game so much, because he is a very compelling villain. I think 3 tries to do this quite a bit with N. 1 doesn't really have an equivalent, but yeah, that hurts. 1 doesn't really have an equivalent, but like, I feel like N does a very good job as well of being a similar sort of character, but I don't think he does it as well as Jin, because the entire time you can tell that, I mean, Jin, yes, he's an antagonist, but he's not a villain, if that makes any sense. Like, he very much, again, he's against you, and he's doing things that are pretty objectively bad things. He does a lot of murder. Like, a lot of murder. but the character's written so well that it feels like it makes sense. Not that it's not justified, there's a difference there, but it feels like it's a very natural progression, and it feels like there's very much a case that, you know, maybe in similar circumstances, you know, maybe if I happen to have this same thought, you know, maybe if I were in his shoes, maybe I could do the same thing. And that's always my favorite type of villain, where, again, like, Jin is a very smart character, too. He knows right away that, you know, being in this fight will kill him. He is not going to come out of this alive. But he still feels like it's the necessary thing to do, because the world's already fucked with him enough, so might as well fight to see if you can change it, and if you can't change it, maybe someone else can. Again, it's such a compelling characterization for him, and just a good characterization in general, because he is just such a good character. He's so well written, and he is one of the peak reasons of, you know, why, you know, when this game, like, again, it's a very inconsistent game in terms of quality, but when it hits so well, and Jin is, like, the #1 example of that. Because his characterization is just written so well, and he's just, again, he's just such a good character that is, again, he's genuinely a very good character. And he's someone that you can feel a little bit sorry for, almost. You know, you're not necessarily, again, they're not trying to say that Jin is a good person. They're not trying to say that Jin and Amalthus are just, you know, they're not trying to forgive what they're, you know, what's going on, but, you know.
Yes, Master.
They're not trying to justify them as good people, but they're trying to show how it's a very logical progression for them, and how they're not necessarily bad people either. That fight went way easier than I thought it would, by the way.
You still got it, but so do we. Oh, no, you don't!
The power to manifest what you imagine. Truly awesome. That power comes from the Architect. Why do you wield it for mortal's sake?
To get to Elysium!
And then what? Open it up to humans? Share it out between them?
Do you even need to ask? Obviously!
And then what? Can't you see where that leads?
What are you saying?
Humans will make Elysium into another Mortha. Just as they did with Torna 500 years ago.
I won't let that happen!
And after you die, what then? Who will stop the inevitable?
Isn't that the reason that you Blades exist?
What?
And when I'm not around to stand by you in that effort, someone else will! That's right. When a person dies, that's it for them. But their thoughts and memories will always be passed on to someone else. Isn't that the same with you Blades? Your past selves get passed down to someone else to become your new selves? Isn't that how you've always lived? We're no different.
From now on, I'll protect you. I'll keep you safe. Always.
Blades become titans when the time is up, and those titans give birth to many new blades, all while forming the world beneath our feet. It's awesome. It's enough to make me envious.
Envious? Of us?
So I'd like to ask the architect, Pyra, Mithra, all of you, why did he create all these incredible people? Actually, I think I might already know the answer. But I'd still like to check with the man himself.
To check your answer?
Yeah.
You believe you know the reason we exist?
Jin!
Akos, Patroka.
Patroka.
I won't let you kill Jin.
Stand down, Patroka.
But...
It is over for us now. There is nothing more. We've done all that we have to.
Jin. Nia?
Me?
Your power. Can you use it on Jin?
Well, sure. It'll only be a temporary measure, but...
Don't expect any thanks. We'll go back first and prep Jin for treatment. Akos, make yourself useful.
Yeah, I got him!
Patroka!
You will climb no further.
What? Amalthus? Here? And why does he look like that?
If the architect did send blades down to this world, it was for my sake. To find and raise cores containing more powerful, wondrous, unparalleled data. That is why I created the cleansing procedure. Behold the culmination of my work!
You lunatic. He took the cores from all those blades. So that was the reason for the cleansing.
I am an agent of the architect's will.
What is he seeing?
Delusions of grandeur.
You can't just decide stuff like that, dude! You're out of your damn mind!
It is no delusion. Have you forgotten the Aegis's power? That power. Is it not the Aegis's power to erase worthless things from existence? Is that not the architect's very will?
Pyra and Mithra aren't like that.
I just realized. I know why Malos is so intent on scouring the world. It's you, Amalthus. Malos has become tainted by your influence.
So what if he has? What's the problem? You've had your little trip around Allrest. You've witnessed the state of Moritha. Mankind will never change, no matter how many millennia pass.
You're the one who won't change. That's exactly why you hate those who try to.
And why should I have to change? If I change, I lose everything. I lose my very self. Who in their right mind would accept such a fate? That's why.
You're weak, old man. The weakest of us all.
Petroka! You wanna kill us, huh?
You're not human. Flesh eaters?
We were on our way to be transferred to Indol. My sister and I, from Tantal.
Sister?
Here. The boy on the left, that was my driver. The right is Petroka's.
Petroka. Is that her name?
Yes. I'm Akos. Our drivers were brother and sister. That's why.
We're siblings too, you're saying? What a dumb notion. They're them, and we're us. No relation whatsoever.
Even so, these bodies contain the lives of two humans. We are connected.
I don't get why you bother.
Are you happy? I'm asking if it makes you happy, clinging to things like that.
That I don't know. But it's better than having nothing. It's important to me. And that gives me a reason to go on. To live for her.
Akos, stop! He's...
Akos! Let me go! You monster!
How dare you? How dare you look down on me? You are mere blade whose very existence depends upon ours.
Rex! He's got Akos!
I'm on it! Not on my watch!
Let him go, pal! Ah!
This is a strange situation. Fighting so hard to save a member of Torna.
Indeed, but it seemed like the right thing to do.
His aim is clear, and so is ours. Ah! Thanks.
Friend, welcome.
Puppy, now not time for kind manners.
I believe in returning favors. You owe me for that one. Much thanks.
How? Who do you people think you are?
Whoa!
Incorrigible whelps. Why would humans side with blades?
Is he slow? He thinks it's a side to pick? We share a bond, you numbskull. We're all friends here. We're in this thing together.
Bonds? A friendship? With these trinkets?
Akos!
That was surprisingly painful. If I were still a blade, this wouldn't...
Join me.
Huh?
My name is Jin. I am just like you.
Amalthus! Amalthus.
You stay right there. He's human. So we should be the ones to kick his ass.
I have a heart no less human.
Then you better take good care of it. That's why you came here. Right?
Rex.
We're gonna break the 500-year-long curse right here.
Yeah.
Let's do it!
Don't be afraid,
Divine
friends.
robes!
In I
I do kind of wish Amalthus's reasoning made a little bit more sense. I mean, I get that, you know, the whole thing is that he's supposed to be entirely insane, which, I mean, yeah, he is. But, I don't know, I feel like you could have had a little bit more sensible of an insane reasoning, but, well. But, again, I really like the little bit of extra personification given to Akos and Petroka. Again, I don't think they're as interesting as Myth, but the realization of why they call each other brother and sister. Because, I mean, Blades, they don't have any relation to each other. They're all completely disconnected things. Just kind of the way it goes. But kind of having that thought of the exact wording of, you know, but it's better than nothing, basically. That anything is, you know, finding anything to give you something to live for is better than having nothing. Finding that something that will finally make things, you know, hey, maybe if I do this, things will, you know, having that reason to live. And that's something that I think the game does just so laggy. And something that I think this game does very well is having the motivations for the characters down super well. We're gonna go for... I don't realize. But yeah, having the extra reasoning where you can kind of see, hey, you know, maybe Petroka's not the most caring, and we still get to see that she's not portraying her character with any of her actions. But at the same time, she's also, you know, still, you know, it's giving her more characterization as well. So I'll do that next. Switch them up to a level 3. I would prefer if we were still on Cosmos, but I would rather get a level 3 than not. As for Amalthus himself, again, his reasoning's not nearly as strong as any other member of Torna. I don't even think Jin, or, sorry, not even Malus, I don't think. I think his reasoning is a little bit weaker for that as well. But, like, it still has some reasoning. This game is very much a... I mean, obviously nihilism is more than just the... everything sucks, the world sucks, it should be destroyed. It's more than just that. But it's him very much is taking stand against, you know, having that something to live for. The world will always have some purpose, and even if you don't know what that is, it's better than giving up on it. You know, Amalthus, he's very much given up on, you know, on humanity. He's very much given up on sort of his will to live. Jin very much gives up on his will to live pretty early on, honestly. And again, the game really does kind of go against that, where it really does want to make that stand of that. Again, even if you don't know exactly what it is, you know, what your reason for existing is, there is one. And again, it sounds of, well, not more, it's more than a little. It sounds very, very cliche. But, I mean, anime and anime-related media aren't exactly known for their subtlety most of the time, so... Not exactly known for their subtlety, and, I mean, I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. This game is very much not subtle, and it's not trying to be. You know, the rest of the series, I think, does try to focus on that subtlety, which is, of course, you know, not a bad thing by any means, but... I'll focus on the... Ooh, I don't have any water, actually.
As planned.
Ooh, I don't have any guarantees that I...
Magnificent.
Nia, take them down.
On it.
I think I'd have to go for set and kind of just hope it hits one of two. Oh, set or Nim.
Finish.
I'll have to get another full chain attack. Which, honestly, I don't think should be too difficult.
The enemy's element is now fire.
Especially if we get a little bit more in there. I mean, if we get another... We can get ice. Yeah, we can get ice in there. But... I think Amalthus is still an interesting character. He's... Of the major antagonists in the Xenoblade series, he's probably the least interesting still. But it doesn't mean he's a bad character. Again, he's pretty yes, probably, Orthea? Get the exact name, but it's something along those lines. The high-end chick in 1. She's probably a little bit more uninteresting. Like, my biggest complaint about, about 3 is that Zed is really uninteresting, but I don't really, I think his reasoning is still less interesting than Amalthus, but I feel like he's just a more compelling character. Amalthus, I get what they were going for with him, but I just don't think it works quite as well. Amalthus, the acting god, that's the name of the scene, is just really good. And I kind of wish it was played a little bit more, but it does only just appear for this one song, so, yeah, this one song, one fight, which is kind of a shame. We should, without a doubt, be getting our full gauge on this. Let's focus in on, like, everything else. Start chipping down on the others so we can make sure that we're getting through on everything. Cutie Pie 2 is a heal right now for me. Breaks ice.
Show us how it's done.
Honestly, probably not a good thing if we finish it off right now. I think we want to wait one more. Well. Oh, okay, it full bursts anyways, but still. We get the overkill regardless. I remember these fights being a lot more difficult. But, I mean, I'll take them not being too difficult. Oh, one thing I probably should have mentioned. Before I did go to spend my bonus experience to get up to 62 with everyone, so everyone's going to be equal level for the rest of the game.
I cannot end like this. Not until I've met the architect. Not until I've erased everything with my own hands!
What?
This is bad. The World Tree cannot take it.
How's that bastard still standing? After the incredible thrashing we gave him?
We must stop him!
What?
Jin!
Mithra! Rex!
Mithra. You.
Don't get me wrong, okay? I couldn't let him get your core too. That's all. With it, he'd be unstoppable.
Thank you.
All the cores, all the architect's words belong to me! Ugh!
Nia, take care of them both.
I will. Jin, why didn't you kill me when I joined Rex and the others?
It wasn't a mistake, was it? Becoming the blade of someone you trust.
Jin.
I did that too, once. Rex, you have to stop Malus. He's still searching for his own identity. Tell him the answer you found.
Jin.
You should have died with Torna.
Let's end this now. Our duty has been handed down. Amalthus!
Your duty is as dust in the wind compared to my destiny. Architect! I should have been your chosen one! I lived as you wanted me to! I did! I always!
Bandits? Probably. After all, Pandoria looks pretty damn human for a blade. She'd be worth a lot to some people. They sell them. Line up the cores with pretty pictures of the blade inside.
It's the same as it ever was.
What?
As soon as people are denied something they desire, they try to take it by force.
Not everyone's like that.
Oh, some give up prematurely, but the feeling is there, I assure you.
Well, in that case, why bother protecting them? Why not let people do whatever?
To remind myself, I must never forget what kind of beings humans are.
Is that what helping me was, too?
A long time ago, I seem to recall seeing a very similar scene. Perhaps that too was one face of humanity.
Why did you look so sad back then? That was you too, wasn't it?
Father, why do you not answer when I call? Mother, I've missed you.
Jin.
What a splendid soul you were, Jin.
Jin.
Ugh, what a stench! They let beggars roam free in this town? You're a blade, aren't you? Where's your driver? Dead drunk in a ditch? No, somehow I don't think that's it. The name's Malos. I'm the same as you.